Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Live with Ty. Better please.
We all know him pretty well.
And you guys are so much fun. I was thinking,
Live with Ty starts now.
Making her first appearance on the Live with Ty stage, fresh off a Hockey East title, please welcome Ani Fitzgerald. I like the wave. Why this one?
Oh.
You've been practicing or what?
Yeah, no.
It's a fan favorite?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
How's it look?
I liked it a lot,
okay,
you know,
good.
that's why, that was the first thing I want to chat about. But I want to talk about, you first came to Boston from Northeastern.
Yeah.
Right? We don't usually allow Huskies, on the show because, think about it, from an animal perspective, Husky Terrier, who's, it's not gonna go too great, you know?
No.
But the last Husky we had, she was awesome, so, I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. And you made your way to BU.
Yes.
Can you talk about that transition?
Well, it's about 5 minutes away, so it wasn't that tough a transition, honestly. But no, when I had left Northeastern, I knew I loved Boston. I wanted to stay in Boston. And when I visited BU, I knew this was where I wanted to be. And honestly, like I said, it was familiar enough because I knew the city already.
Yeah.
And I mean, the people were great here. I made friends almost instantly. And that speaks more to the community than myself.
You said that, that transition from Northeastern to BU, it was kind of seamless.
Yeah.
But you grew up in Hawaii. I mean, not Hawaii, Ohio. Sorry. Tongue twister there. Close.
Yeah.
Not really. Not really.
Yeah.
I was going to say, what was that transition like, let's say, moving from Ohio to Boston?
Yeah, I mean, it's a different world here. Well, I should say it's a different world there. But
a lot going on back there, or?
Yeah.
Totally.
Definitely a lot going on back there. I had started playing in Boston growing up since I was in middle school. So I was familiar with the area because hockey wasn't huge when I was growing up there. I was on a high school team that at that time was the only girls' high school team in the whole state. Yeah. So
in the whole state?
Yeah.
That's kind of
crazy.
It's
different now, thankfully. But
I mean, did you lead the charge, I guess?
Yeah.
I want to be like
say
Annie.
that. Maybe. But yeah, I liked it here because there was a lot more attention around hockey. That's obviously what brought me out here.
Of course.
But also
I figured,
just
helmet in the background,
right.
I
liked the buzz of the city too.
So like I said, we were talking about it earlier. We're going to play a little bit of a game. It's called Clout Confessions. And how it works is that, our analyst did a deep dive on your Instagram profile. And we're going to explain the meaning behind certain pictures.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Let's watch the first one. Okay,
This
I'm
one.
seeing a hat. I
Yeah.
like the style. Walk me through it.
Okay, so this is Nashville Thanksgiving tournament last year.
Okay.
The hat, that's a favorite, one of my hats.
It's a unique one. I haven't seen
Yeah,
I've never seen one like that.
The tassels, it's really big, so I had to wear a little hat underneath
Okay.
it to make sure it stays on.
A little hat underneath it
Yeah,
as well. Wow.
so I'm hiding something from all of you in this
Okay.
picture, and that's a tinier hat.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I went with a little bit of a cowgirl theme because we were in Nashville, so
Makes
I thought
sense.
the vest was a little fitting. Coffee in my hand, obviously I have a couple of those a day. Black leather boots, but yeah. That was getting off the bus to our first game in Nashville.
I like it. I mean, so the hat is big, I can see.
Yeah.
And it's getting off like one of those coach buses, right?
Yeah.
Did you have to take it off walking through the door or no?
No,
You
no.
didn't?
I wore it around a lot before
Okay.
to make sure.
So you planned it.
Yeah,
Planned and executed it.
I'm very serious about my hats.
Okay, got
Yeah.
you. We talked about a little bit off camera. There was a competition. Did this
Yeah.
picture make the cut?
This is what won me.
That
the award
won
last
the
year.
competition?
Yes, this was from last year,
Okay.
so this was one of my
Okay.
highlights.
Did you pull it out again this year or not
No,
really?
I thought I used that hat a little. I wore it for I think it was the first round of Bean Pot last year.
Okay.
So, or no, maybe
I mean,
the
you
year
would know,
before.
did you?
Yeah, I had reused it at this point. So
Okay.
after this second time, I'm like,
Yeah.
it can only take me so far. I gotta go in another direction.
You got to switch it up, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's look at the next picture.
Okay.
Okay, please.
That's not even from my Instagram.
Well, but just to confirm, that's you though, right?
That, yes.
Okay.
That's me.
Okay, can
honestly.
is this, is it Halloween?
It's Halloween.
Okay. I think I might know who you are, but I want to hear you say it.
It's Vector.
It's Vector?
I'm Vector.
Okay.
It worked that night, honestly. the worst part about this is
Tell me.
when we had gone out to celebrate Halloween, it was like, because of hockey, we couldn't really like go out that weekend.
Yeah,
so
of
it was
course.
we were a little late. So no one else was in costume
Oh.
at the bar besides me.
And what was that
and
experience?
Some of our teammates.
Like-
It was strange. I like had seen people that I knew like outside our team, and they didn't recognize me. I was like, it's Annie. Like
Yeah.
they're like, oh my God. What?
Vector.
Yeah.
Did you do the Vector dance? You
Yeah.
know, like what he does? You know?
All night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was pulling that one out quite a
Okay,
bit.
got
honestly.
you.
Probably more than I should have.
Got you.
Yeah.
Well, let's look at one last one.
All right.
Okay, please. Let me know, like, okay, is that you?
That's not me.
That's not even you.
No.
Okay, even better. Explain, because this was on your Instagram.
Oh my God, wait, this is so funny. I can't wait to tell her. This is my best friend from home.
Okay.
Like, from Cleveland.
Okay.
And yeah, she went to South Carolina. She
Mm-hmm.
graduated. She's got a big girl job in Charlotte now. Anyways, I just love this picture of
Okay.
her.
What do you love about it?
I love how she's wearing the two buns with the backwards hat.
Okay.
And also I know like she thinks she looks really, really good.
Really,
right
in this
here.
picture?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
And she does. I mean,
Yeah, it's a nice
honestly,
picture.
She looks great.
Made it on the show. It's a great picture.
But yeah, I figured I'd share it
Okay.
because if I enjoyed it so much.
Then,
Also like a little bit of a joke on her.
Of course. And how, like, when you posted it, what was her reception of it? She was like, dude, like, love you for this. Or like,
Yeah, I don't even remember.
okay. Because this was
I
super.
forget
We did a
it's even-
deep dive for
I
this.
forget it's even still on my
Yeah.
Instagram, yeah.
So back into the interview, you started a series that I also fell in love with. It's called the Dear Annie
Yes.
series. Can you walk me a little bit of that process? It's almost like its own TV show, you know?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, so my assistant coach, Reagan Brust, she's really good with the social media, and so she wanted me to do some segments, which I was obviously down for because
course.
I like getting involved
Yeah.
on there. And so she wanted to kind of use it as a way to teach like incoming freshmen or people that might not know stuff, like give them tips, but in a way that like, you know, it's funny. They'll
Yeah,
pay
of course.
attention.
With Annie.
Yeah,
you know?
right, with Annie. And so, yeah, we just kind of came up with a few of those different skits. We had a lot
Mm-hmm.
of fun making them. We should have made more.
I feel like there's a unique culture
Mm-hmm.
within the sport, both for the men and the women that play that sport. I know, say we had a couple of the hockey boys on the show, and you could almost immediately tell, let's say they're a hockey player. It's either like, you know, the beanie in a suit or like the backwards hat, right?
Yeah.
You're like, you can spot them a mile away like that's a hockey player.
Mm-hmm.
What's that sign for women who play the sport, where you can just
Same exact thing.
Same exact thing.
No, honestly, backwards hat. Like,
Backwards hat?
Like more than half my team usually has the backwards hat
Okay.
on. Sometimes they'll wear it forwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That for sure. I'm trying to think of like hockey girls. There's a range.
Yeah,
it's
tell
not
me.
as telling.
Yeah, I was
as-
gonna say it's not as telling. Like with
Right.
hockey guys, you can just tell like maybe they probably have also like a couple missing teeth too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, is that something you guys have as well?
It's tough. There really are, like, every team I played on, there's such a range of, like, people on my team. Like, it's tough. It's not one of those sports where I think there's, like, a teller, where I feel
Mm-hmm.
like when I think, like, lacrosse girl or soccer girl, like, I can kind of see that in my
Yeah.
head. I can't even, like, do that with hockey.
Okay, so
you know? There's nothing, like, super obvious
Okay,
other
got you.
than the backwards hat.
Got you.
Yeah.
Next question is like, let's say as a student athlete, as a hockey women's player, what would you say is the most overlooked part of your guys' game?
I think a lot of people get upset that there's no hitting or
Mm-hmm.
it's not, you know, they don't consider it physical. But if you really watch, like, they are physical. And
Okay.
I think a lot of it's, especially in the last couple of years, it's gotten a lot more physical and it's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So even though we can't hit, I think that, you know, that aspect of like physicality is still there. And also, I think that not hitting isn't the worst thing. I think it allows for like a side of creativity to the game
Okay, got you.
that doesn't always exist in men's. Because think about it, you don't have to worry about getting like blown up in the middle of the ice. So you can
Yeah,
pull,
I've
you
seen.
can pull one or two more moves.
Yeah, I
if
was
you
gonna
got
say
'em.
it
Yeah.
seems like I've seen some of the games and it's just like I wouldn't want to be checked, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
No.
Not at all.
Yeah, so we can't do like any open ice thing, obviously, but like along the boards, like it gets messy. Like people
Okay.
fight in front of the net. There's some entertainment.
So speaking of new things, you know, that's coming along, you guys recently also got a new locker room.
Yes.
It's super sick. You know, my experience on the soccer team, I wish. So congratulations.
thank you.
Don't rub it in. But what was that like? How was it, like what's that whole process been like? Because it was in construction for a long time. And you guys kind of got it midway through the season.
Yeah.
Okay, walk me through that.
So we found out last year we were getting the renovations, which I was so excited about because obviously I was coming back. So like,
Yeah.
So all the seniors like, come on. Because the old locker room we were in was old, obviously, and we just didn't
Dude, trust me, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
And we have a really close team, and we just didn't we weren't able to use that space to spend time together, and so obviously we are so thankful that they decided to, invest this in us. And so we were nervous that it wasn't gonna actually finish before the end of the year.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, we underestimated them. They stood by their promise. Besides, we were supposed to host the first round of Bean Pot this year, but we swapped with Northeastern because
Your alma mater.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We can't necessarily call. Okay. But yeah, so their rink is getting renovated next year, so it kind of worked out.
Okay.
But that was sad because I was hoping it was kind of supposed to be done right before that, but it was still done right after that, and it is incredible. There's so much space. We went and just watched the Super Bowl in there because there's TVs and we got couches.
You got everything.
Yeah, there's so much space. The dry stalls. I mean, they really.
They give you guys a dining hall too, or no? They leave that part out?
No.
Bro, I'm sure.
I know.
I mean, congratulations. That's
Thank
awesome.
you. No, it's been incredible. I think it honestly, we started underneath the pool. That was our locker room. We were all sitting on chairs and benches.
Wow.
And
so it's like trenches to heaven.
No, I literally
crazy.
said to someone, I was
Rags to
it feels
riches.
like my dad got a promotion.
Yeah,
that's
honestly.
what it felt like happened. Someone in my family got promoted and we can live on the other side.
Yeah, a
now.
different lifestyle completely.
But that's what it felt like. But it was nice because we were doing so well at that point in the year in both spaces, so we kind of worked because we were playing games in Agana, so we'd have to move our stuff Thursdays, put it into a random locker room there, then move out by the end of the game. And it was just, but luckily our staff was great and very helpful with making it seem like that wasn't what was happening. It seemed a lot easier than what was going on. So yeah, it's been great.
Also, speaking of new changes, there is a new professional women's hockey league, PWHL, that is coming into Boston, and their new team, but the Boston Fleet. That impact from a professional level, is that felt at the collegiate level, knowing that, hey, there could potentially be a next step here?
Completely.
How so?
Yeah, I think obviously that wasn't always an option for girls playing after there's the option of playing Europe, but having this league here is a total game changer. I think it drives a new level of competitiveness within our league, and it's just it's just drawing a lot more attention to it, and people are looking now at collegiate hockey too, because that's where every single one of those girls that's
it's the pipeline.
Yeah,
literally.
There's nothing else in between besides, if you went and played in Europe for something or you were on some other professional teams, but majority, or I think not every single, I won't speak every single one, but almost all the girls are coming from an NCAA team, and so they bring attention to where they went to school, and it just kind of snowballs, and so yeah, it's nice because it's creating a bigger community.
Gotcha. It must be always all these fights in their locker room, all these rivals.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
Teammate now,
yeah.
I hate you still.
Yeah.
So this year was a historic year for you guys. You guys captured the Hockey East title, first time in 10 years. If I haven't told you already, congratulations.
Thank you.
That is massive accomplishment.
Yeah.
What was that journey like as a team to put yourself in a position to hoist that trophy?
That was, that's been by far my most favorite memory of.
Even compared to the new locker room?
Yeah.
You're pretty happy about that?
Yeah, we honestly, no, this beats it.
Okay, wait, I want to hear your proposition. Hockey East title, but no new locker room. Which one are you choosing?
Probably the title.
Okay.
Probably the title.
Why?
If you just mean I don't get to experience the locker room, because I don't want to speak for the. Okay, yeah, title.
Title,
easy.
100%.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the right answer.
I'd celebrate underneath the pool if we had to. I don't care. Yeah. No, that was incredible. I think a lot of people doubted us going into this season. It kind of fueled something in us, I think, and it's been the best culture I've seen on a team, and I've been in college for a long time now. So I've been on been on a lot of teams too. And this definitely topped it, and you could just feel that at all moments, and especially for us to win against Northeastern, it was kind of full circle for me.
Oh my gosh, that's like a sucker punch.
Yeah, it was.
You got
they beat us a lot of times in between, but
we beat them when it matters.
The last laugh,
Of course.
So that was really special for me as well, and honestly, I was just I was just so excited for that team because especially like our 5th years, like they'd been there since, you know, we were under 500, 3 or 4 years ago. So especially for them who have been here since the beginning and just being a part of that rebuild, and it feels like we're kind of setting that next couple of years up for success. We kind of set the tone and now put our program more on the map because honestly, people know BU for like hockey, but it's usually men's hockey. But now people are start thinking women's hockey.
I like that. So obviously you captured the title. You're on the top of the mountain. Walk me through, what does that night look like? I saw a couple of pictures. Know? I would love to know. I mean, I saw a picture on Instagram of one of the security guards holding it, and it looked like he just played the match and won. And he was so happy. So I can't imagine you guys.
We brought that thing around Boston for sure. We hit the doorman first, and then we got in an Uber to meet up with some parents and friends, and we told the Uber driver that we won the world championship, and so he got out of the car and like took pictures with us. I'm like, I kind of feel bad now, but he thinks that he met people that won the world championship.
And you definitely made his day.
And we convinced him. So what does that say about how good we were at celebrating?
Well, it sounds like you have a winning culture. Yeah, that's what it kind of sounds like, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, that's
big on you guys. That's really, really good.
Yeah.
So coming up, you have a key role, let's say, in the Scarlet White Awards. It looks like you might be a host of a game show.
This is
And it also looks like there might be, you know, maybe that 4th or 3rd episode of the Dear Annie series because you're going to be asking those questions. How are you preparing for that? How do you feel about that?
Every day. I'm preparing for that.
Every day. You wake up.
Yeah. I have a lot of things. I'm also singing the national anthem for the alumni game.
Really?
Yeah. So.
Okay, so maybe the hat was a correlation to you singing.
I don't sing though, so it's kind of whatever. It's besides the point. But I've been practicing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think just keep asking questions, keep people on their toes. I'm ready. This will be.
Well, it's definitely like it's a bigger stage, you know?
Yeah.
The last episode, I think you might have been either on a couch or in Buick. And now you're going to be, you know, in a ballroom filled with people dressed, you know, almost as good as myself. So it's going to be something. What's going to be different about this episode of the Dear Annie series compared to, you know, the ones prior?
I think that it's not going to be that different. I think I'm going to stay consistent.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
I think that's how it's going to work.
Okay.
You know, I'm not going to change
how
I'm doing things because of what's going on around me, you know?
Okay.
I'm going to keep doing it, and I think that'll work out pretty well.
Okay. Or
at least I hope so.
Well, you know, I will be in attendance there, so, you know, I can't wait to see you shine.
Yeah, I look forward to it too.
I think it's going to be awesome.
I think so.
I'm really excited for you.
Yeah, hopefully it's my big break.
Yeah, hopefully. Then we can have you back here.
Yeah.
Then we'll celebrate again. Would you like that?
Yeah, that sounds
love
like
that.
a plan.
Well, I was going to say, Annie, thank you so much for taking the time to be here. You were awesome. And also, I think the crown of the best fit, you know, it has a new victor, guys. So there's that. So thank you again so much for coming on. It was such a pleasure speaking with you. Thanks. Be sure to keep up with all things Ani Fitzgerald, Ontario Hockey on Instagram and TikTok. And make sure to tune in to the Scarlet and White Awards taking place in late April to see the newest show of Dear Annie.